So we're actually now a couple of weeks later from where we left off in the last video. We've been away for a few weeks, but we're back now. Done a bunch of stuff. So all the brambles we cut, we chipped big piles of them because it was wet and we were terrible at starting fires and we couldn't get them going to actually burn them. So we've chipped a bunch of those. Also already cut some of the grass on the hill, went through with the brush cutter on the some big sections because it was covered in brambles, so it's kind of left that pretty bare. There's still some to do, and there's been so much rain whilst we've not been here that a lot of it's grown back. So plan today is to cut some of that. Chop through the brambles in half of the forest, the kind of brambled section where all the eucalyptus is. So we've cut through all of that. That's now clear of brambles, but we've got loads of piles of wood that need processed down for firewood. So we need to do that. But we still got a bunch of outdoor work that needs done. So that's kind of the plan for the next few days. I'm going to sort out the grass on this hill, so we've finally got it all cut at the same time. We need to clear a bunch of the firewood off the floor in the forest, because as much as the piles we made, there's still loads of it just kind of scattered around, and we want to collect that up because we'll need it next winter. We need to deal with the piles of brambles, which we do some rain today and in the next few days, so that might be next week's job once it dries out a little bit and we're actually able to burn it. But we've also got a few other projects that we're gonna start as well. This week's episode is sponsored by Hitway.
This is the Hitway BK15 electric bike. Powered by a 250 watt 36 volt 12 amp hour removable battery with anti-theft key lock that gives you a 35 to 90 kilometer range from a 5.5 to 6.5 hour charging time. The front shock absorption gives great stability and a more comfortable ride across varying terrain, exactly like the rough logging tracks where we live. The LCD display allows you to control the power assist across 3 levels from the 250 watt motor, or even turn it off completely. The Shimano 7-speed transmission makes varying terrain levels easy to negotiate as you work up and down the gears. You can use our unique link in the description and use the code housewithnoname to get €30 off your Hitway electric bike, whether it's a folding, city, fat tire or mountain bike.
Good strimming.
Average trimming.
No, that's pretty good. Looks good. It was very long.
It was. Definitely missed bits. And had to stop in some bits. Because there's then like breeze blocks or brick or a washing sink or other things that I'm scared I'll wreck the blade on. But go back round them after.
Yeah. Heavy. Ooish.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
What?
No, it's not. Either it came down and round, or it'd all been a certain height, but now it's just the red bricks at the bottom that are left,
Oh.
and not actually the higher level bit.
handy if it wasn't.
And fill it back in. Makes it when you start to look like a picture top.
Nope.
You're in the wrong place. space for my plants.
You weren't expecting it to be heavy, were you?
No, not that heavy.
It is really heavy.
I did plan to help you, and then you went where I couldn't help you. This is ridiculous.
It's gonna take a while.
I think it looks nice right there. There.
That's fun. That was easier than I expected.
I mean, I was hoping that wasn't going to just come off in mini pieces. That's it.
Quickly. It's a job to be done, boss.
With great difficulty.
This is how you want to come out.
Maybe not.
Like 4 bits of gutter in today, so that's helpful.
We got a truck! It is so difficult to drive, but it's also so much fun. Oh. So this is our first outing in the car. It's currently going fairly successfully, however it did not start that way. The battery is really low, we knew that, it just needed to run. We didn't run it far enough for it to charge, so then when we stopped to fill up with fuel, it then wouldn't start again. And it stuck the starter motor on, which was then smoking, and there was much smoke and heat. Luckily there were two very helpful mechanics that happened to just be at the fuel station filling up, and they sorted it out for us. We bump started it to get us going, and that we've just not stopped the car since. So we've driven for like an hour or so, and it should now be charged enough for it to go off and back on, but we're not going to try that until we get home. First tree. We have a lot of eucalyptus and a lot of mimosa or acacia, whichever one you go by. These are mimosa, and you can see they kind of grow loads of them in big clumps, and these ones have probably been here quite a few years because they're some pretty big trunks. So we're actually going to use these. We're going to use them to create borders for our vegetable beds. We're not doing raised beds, we're just putting borders on them so that
Keep the soil inside the veg beds.
Exactly, keep the soil from washing off this hill into the forest, because this is very steep, so we need something to control keep the soil in place. Also, we're going to use the trunks to create some posts for our compost bays. We need a couple of bays, probably 3 is the plan so far, and we're going to use the big trunks as posts.
And then we're going to take the smaller branches and nail them into the big posts, so we can use kind of the whole tree to make the structure.
So that's why we're cutting down a bunch of these trees. Also means that we can have fruit trees across that bottom strip just before the dip to the forest that will then allow them to get more light in the day. So yeah, we're not just cutting trees down for the sake of it, we're actually using all of the materials. Anything that's kind of left over will then go to firewood for next winter. So we're making use of what we have so that we don't have to buy stuff, so it's cheaper, and also we don't have to go and get things. We can just put in a bit of work and a bit of time to then use what we have here.
Hard morning of work.
Yeah. Oh, that one's attached to it. Oh wow. Oh, the eggs go in like...
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So between taking on our role as the forestry,
Yeah.
we've also been watching the neighbour make bread. Look at this. It's so cool. So she made it in the traditional stone oven, and it sits on leaves, and then she puts eggs in it and then cooks it. So yeah, very cool.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trees. 10.
So we're pretty much done with chopping trees for now. We've got a lot of work to do. This is going to be a fair few days project. And then we've also got to plant the vegetables.
Yeah. All of them.
Currently the best thing about all of this is we're trying to use everything we've got here and not really have to buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We need to buy some compost to start with because we don't have any of our own, like ours isn't really ready yet, which is why we're also starting with the compost bins and the beds so that we can, when it comes to putting in more or needing more compost, hopefully we'll be able to use our own.
And have it in the right place to collect it, instead of so far it's been up the hill, down the hill, halfway up the hill, left on the hill. So get a better system.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work to do.